Okay, so this week we're going to be looking at some video reviews of phones, and I'm going to be looking at this. This is a TCL 10 5G. Now, TCL, for those of you who don't know, basically these are the guys that are behind or were behind the BlackBerry smartphones when the Key 2 came out, should I say, and they work with Alcatel as well. So Alcatel may be a name that you recognise. It's the TCL 10 5G. You'll notice on the back there that interesting camera arrangement, sort of horizontal on there. I've taken some example shots which I'll include in the article that goes with this video on Cool Smartphone, and I must admit the lens is very nice indeed. There's some additional bits with the camera which basically make the images stand out. So if we have a look at this picture that I took at the cat here, we've got this NXT vision or next vision or whatever you want to call it, which basically augments the shot and makes it look even better than it originally did. So you can turn that on or off as you go through the gallery. I'm just going to the gallery system, which I've lost. There it is in here. So we can have a look at the cat and zoom in. I must admit this is a very good shot. I'll show you this actual shot on the review. You can press TV here and you can cast it directly to your television if you've got Chromecast, or if you've got a clever television that has the internet capabilities, and it'll find the a TV that way. But the NXT vision really helps with the image quality. Now, if you want to buy this, it's on EE right now for £37 a month. Prices start at £37 a month anyway, and that's with 10 gig of data, and that's with unlimited minutes of text, and it's £30 up front for the phone. Just show you the specs on here, on this particular one anyway, that I've got on review. It's the actual model number is the T790Y_EEA. Anyway, it's got the Snapdragon 765G as a CPU that we've been seeing quite a bit recently. Not the fastest processor in the world. Obviously, if you compare it to the top-end phones, you notice there's a little bit of lag here and there, but it's nothing major, nothing major. I mean, you can still operate it perfectly well. It's just that you don't get the exact smoothness and the nippiness that you would do normally, but everything operates, you know, within a perfectly reasonable limits. There's nothing that's going to annoy you about this phone. This has got 6 gig of RAM, very decent, 128 gig of storage. You can see there the battery, 4,500 milliamps. It's got the latest version of Android as well on there. I'll give you a few more details on the spec. Oh, and by the way, I should just mention as well, it's available on three £19 upfront cost, £19 a month. I think that's the right version. Anyway, a TCL 10 5G is available on three. There's a couple of TCL models. Yeah, the TCL 10 5G available on three with in Mercury Grey for just £19 a month. I think there's an offer on at the minute. It's a 24-month contract, and unlimited data, unlimited minutes, unlimited text. £19 a month with a £19 upfront cost on this with UK Network 3, which is a really good deal. You can see it's got a nice shiny sort of grey to black rear panel on here. Now, I should mention, if you want to buy it outright, it's $39995. You can get it on Amazon, and it comes with free earbuds as well. The exact specs of this, let's go through. So we've got on the front is a 6.53 inch full HD. They call it a Dotch display. That's because you've got this little camera up front. The camera up front is a lovely selfie camera, which is 16 megapixel. It's fixed focus. You got the LCD flash, so it uses the screen as the flash. Now around the back, let's talk about the camera arrangement here on the back, because you can see it's very interesting indeed. There's the rear fingerprint sensor, by the way, and obviously it's shouting about the fact that it's 5G. We've got quad cameras on the back. You've got a 64 megapixel camera, you've got a 8 megapixel camera, you've got a 5 megapixel camera, and you've got a 2 megapixel camera. So the quality of those, so let's see if I can bring it a bit closer to you, if we can get it to focus in. Come on, camera, let's focus in on the other camera. So the 64 megapixel main camera, that's just for your main shots, your day-to-day shots. You've also got the 118 degree wide angle lens, a macro camera, which is for super up close shots, and then the depth camera for this portrait shots that you might want to take, you know, where it blurs the background. And obviously you've got this dual flash arrangement, which is pretty cool. I've shown you the quality of the images. Let's see if I can go zooming. Let's go, there you go. Let's have a look at that. So let's get a bit up close. And you can see here that they've got the power on and off here on the right, which wakes the screen. We've got the volume control up and down here on the right hand side, nice and easy to locate. Nice thin buttons. It's very easy to hold. I'll go back to the specs in a minute because I know I've gone off at a tangent. We've got, look at this, remember this, a 3.5mm audio port. You can actually put your headphones in. Secondary microphone for noise cancellation. And then on the left hand side here we've got the SIM tray. And let me look at that. That is the assistant button. So you press that and you get your your Google Assistant, or whatever you choose to have it. So that pops up when you press that. Down the bottom we've got the external speakers and the USB-C charging port. Design wise, it's very nice. This is a lot of people will say mid-range, but to be honest, with this processor, the 765G processor, which is a 5G processor, we're now finding this in more and more phones now, and it performs rather well, I must admit. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Obviously, if you want the bleeding edge performance, you're going to have to spend a bit more money, but as I've written many times before, now we're getting to a point where phones with this Qualcomm 765 CPU, you've got a decent amount of memory, 6 gig of RAM in here, and the phones themselves operate extremely well. There's nothing really wrong with this phone. It will do everything you expect it to do. It's a very good screen. Let's just go back to the specs because I didn't finish all of those. So that's it's a 91% screen to body ratio. It's a 19.5 by 9 display. It's a 1080p by 2340 pixel full HD screen at 395 ppi. So very nice, high quality screen on that one. Obviously you've got a rear fingerprint sensor. You've got 3D rear back glass, 2.5D front glass. It weighs 210 grams, which is slightly heavy, but nothing really to write home about. You've got Wi-Fi, which I believe is dual band. You've got Bluetooth 5. You've got NFC, so you can do the tappy payments. You have as well in that SIM tray, I should mention, external storage, so you can put a micro SD card in and boost that 128 gig of RAM on board even more, which is really good. Obviously you've got the 5G on there. You've got a quick charge which comes, a quick charger which comes in the box, and the Qualcomm processor, which is octa-core, and the 765G goes up to 2.4 gigahertz of speed. So yeah, it's a really decent quality handset, I must admit. You got the usual stuff, GPS and all those other bits. Let's just have a look around the phone. If we go into the TCL Plus thing, we can see some bits that TCL are trying to promote here. And yeah, basically that's just a bit of an advertising thing. You've got the smartphone manager, which we've seen before on other handsets, which basically keeps your phone optimized and running to the best of its ability, so it doesn't slow down. So you can see what apps can auto start, how much battery you've got left. You can maybe enter super saving mode and have a look at what is consuming your memory here, and you can maybe remove any apps that are running in the background. Any notifications that you don't like popping up, it's a nice, easy, quick way to remove those ones out of there. So it just basically keeps your phone in good, healthy condition as it was when you took it first out of the box. Got a file manager, which is always good to find those things that you've downloaded or received via Bluetooth or sent via Bluetooth. Your pictures and stuff. Click on pictures, see how much storage you've used. There's a picture of the cat again. You can open it in whatever app. I'm going to say gallery. Here's the cat again. She's posed very well for that photo, I must admit. That was a good shot. I've got this lock system, which is just lock the phone. So you can just hit that and it just locks the phone quickly. All the Google apps are here. So all the familiar Google apps are there. YouTube, Gmail, YouTube Music, Calendar, and Maps, of course, and Drive and bits and bobs like that. The settings screen, which I've already shown you. You can have a look at your casting. Obviously, it's really easy to cast. I've shown you that through the gallery. The network, hotspot, VPN, again, all nice and easy to set up. You can see it connected to my Wi-Fi here. It's a lovely, easy settings experience. For those of you that have been using Android, it's very familiar indeed. If you look on the display, we've got the comfort mode here, so you can basically have it dim in the evening so it doesn't hurt your light. You can have a look at the hole punch display. You can use apps for full screen with the hole punch display. You can have adaptive brightness. You can change how long the screen is on before it dims. You can have an ambient display. Wake the screen when you receive certain notifications. You can change all of that stuff. And here's the NXT Vision, which is the enhancement that I mentioned, and that really does boost the quality of your images. So here you can see it boosts the screen image to make it clearer with a richer depth of detail, improved brightness. Only works in screen vivid mode. So you've got an SDR to HDR mode. You can turn that on. You've got a reading mode as well. This is really good. So they're really pushing this. This does actually make the images look a lot more vivid. If we switch back to my gallery and my picture of the cat, that should have the NXT mode on, and it really does boost the quality of the shot, I must admit, when you look at it on this screen. So that's nice. We've got the home screen and the wallpapers. Obviously you can change all that. You can add your own. You can change the launcher if you wish. The sound, the volume, advanced features here. So we've got a game mode. You can change that on. You can add gestures. Let's have a look at the gaming mode. So gaming mode, obviously, it can block the notifications and let you just game in peace, which is nice. A one-handed mode, driving mode. What else have we got? The Smart Manager, which we've already seen. And usual Google stuff in there. So let's have a look at that. Music. That's a music player, which is always nice. So what else have we got? I got Netflix on here, NXT Vision, which I've already loaded up and shown you. Got a few tools in here, compass, sound recorder, the usual sort of stuff. If we sweep up, we can see it's nicely categorized and organized everything into various categories. Can't think of another word for it. Media and communication and utilities. So you can see where everything lives, and obviously you can click and hold and drag this up to your home screen if you want it there. So obviously Google Maps, you might want to have that more easily and readily accessible. Just drag that up. You got the weather, got Google Pay. It's all very, very simple, straightforward, nice and easy phone. This phone, if you can get it on a good deal, the three have got a really good deal on this right now. This is a TCL 10 5G. Now I know you'll say, who the heck are TCL? But they have a lot of experience and they do know how to make phones. This is a lovely looking phone. You can see here the reflection on it is very nice. The camera quality, I think, is very good really for the price. I'll take some more example photos, add them to this video. And yeah, that is an overview of the Alcatel/TCL 10 5G.